Greetings, I'm Kathy Green with Christian News and Interviews. I'm going to talk today about controversial subject, and that subject is the death penalty. I noticed that there's no middle ground. You either are for it or you are against it. Personally, I am for the death penalty. I believe that in cases where someone has murdered a child, or someone has tortured and murdered a human being, someone has tortured and murdered an elderly person, someone has is a child molester. I believe that they all are worthy of the death penalty. I believe that serial killers are worthy of the death penalty. So I absolutely believe in it. But look at this headline in the Wall Street Journal. More conservatives turn away from the death penalty. Now, Utah is a very conservative state, but listen to this, Utah prosecutor David Leavitt, hailing from a conservative county, is taking death penalty off the table in the 2017 murders of 2 teens. In a deeply conservative Utah county, a Republican prosecutor has announced he will no longer seek the death penalty in any of his cases, joining a growing movement of conservatives across the country pushing for an end to capital punishment. Ooh, that's not good. This is my opinion. I think this is horrible. That means that a person can go out here and kill 50 children just for the fun of it, eat them up, brag about it, and waste our taxpayer dollars as he sits. There are some people who have no business on planet Earth. You know, if a dog is rabid, you put that dog down. I'm telling you that there are some human beings who are rabid and they need to be put down. So if I lived in Utah, I would vote against Attorney David Leavitt. I would not want him in office at all. The move by Utah County Attorney David Leavitt, which was prompted, he said, by a growing concern over the morality and cost of capital punishment, has caused anguish for 2 families who have waited 4 years hoping to see the man accused of killing 2 teenagers sentenced to death. Mr. Leavitt sat down with the victims' families in September, just before he announced that he would no longer seek the death penalty. I wondered if he shared this information when he was running for office. Because sometimes people wait until they get in office before they make these moves. But for the people of Utah, the way to handle this is vote them out. Amanda Davis, whose 17-year-old niece was found at the bottom of an abandoned mine shaft after her throat was slit, said that when Mr. Leavitt told her his decision, she sat in stunned silence. Well, my heart goes out to her. I understand how she feels. When I was able to talk to him, I told him I felt like he was a coward. Mr. Leavitt isn't alone, as more Republican lawmakers and prosecutors are abandoning one of the party's long-held policies and champion an end to capital punishment. I have news for Republicans. You are about to become Democrats. Do I need to repeat that? I said, I have news for Republicans. You are about to become Democrats. One thing I don't like about the Democratic Party is that they are for anything. A person can say, you know what, I'm not a human, I'm actually an alien, and I want to have alien rights, and my parents are from Jupiter, and my grandparents are from Mars, and I'm a sun worshiper, and I feel like I'm being discriminated against. And you will find Democrats supporting these people and giving them special rights. My only concern with the Democratic Party is that they are the party of people who embrace anything and everything. They embrace anything. The Republicans have been the one holdout in terms of not embracing everything that comes down the pipe. But this death penalty thing will be the beginning of the end. If the Republicans start to say, well, no death penalty, that will be the beginning of the end. Now, for those of you who are against the death penalty, you probably think I'm a horrible person. And I apologize that you feel that way, but I believe, you know, you have to believe what you believe. And I believe in the death penalty, people. I do. So I'm going to leave this here. This is the monster who killed those 2 teenagers and dumped their bodies down an abandoned mine shaft as though they were nothing. But this is just one story. There are hundreds, thousands of stories of people who just murdered people in the most horrific manner. And they're sitting in jail, eating, dancing, partying, having a great time while the family members, the victims, are out here suffering. So tell me what you think.